about something tonight. Something that I always wanted to talk about, but I didn't tell my psychiatrist about it because I knew not to. If I told my psychiatrist about it, he probably would put me on amphetamines or something. But I have no problem focusing on things that I want to focus on. But what a lot of people call ADHD, it just seems a schizophrenic thing. It seems like it's an issue of not just being like inattentive, but living in this other world. I think there's a huge difference between fucker, really, dude? Really? Okay, that's a little better. Choose this instead of the world the rest of y'all live in. Why wouldn't I make it up as I go along? Seriously though. Everybody's got some sort of internal monologue, dialogue, whatever log going on. But I highly doubt that they're aware of it. They weren't aware of it long before. Took over everything. I wish that people cared about the world they live in. But I don't know. I think the reason why I have this movie playing in my head all the time is because it's like a constant reaction to just being stuck in this world. And I know that sounds like such a woe is me, victim bullshit thing to say, but you know, I just don't vibe here. God could save me. And I just reject it. You know, back when I tried to drown myself in the ocean, a lifeguard saved me, and I was mad about it. But at the same time, I knew it was supposed to happen. Because there's a greater purpose for me. But I couldn't see it back then. I just knew it. I felt it. I felt the energy. I always carried it with me. And it dragged me down. You know, you're holding on to this weight of the world. And that's why I talk about, you know, not having kids. Because it's like, yeah, most women, they do carry the weight of the world. It's in their fucking uterus, you know? And if they don't give birth, then it really is just going to weigh them down. So I'm not going to lie to myself about what I'm supposed to do. What they want me to. All because I have the parts. But that's not all that's required. And eventually, they too expire. Heart doesn't. And I'm so glad all the times I've been sad were worth it. But you know, it's pretty intense experience. What it is, not gonna mince words about it. If this makes you feel uncomfortable, get the fuck off my channel. Go watch something more comfortable, I guess. I understand why most people are intimidated while they speak to me briefly. Not that I mind at all. Wish they would speak to me at all. But I guess they feel the need to tell me that whatever I do resonates. It resonates, even if it don't feel too great on stage. I know it's effective. Very effective. So effective that they talk about it later. It's kind of annoying though. Well, because there aren't very many like comedians that are really like pushing the edges of what they're allowed to talk about. You know? They're just afraid. They scared. Very scared of coming across a certain way, I think. Or maybe they're all just liberal, I don't know. It doesn't fucking matter. I mean, I was thinking about how moody I am. Like, I just go from, like, 0 to 100, like, so fucking quick. Like, 0 to 100 and then right back to 0. I mean, it's not really my temper, it's more, like, just my emotionality. Like, stuff can make me, like, so fucking emotional. And then I'm just, like, so chill. and you think I'm stoned or something. Maybe I am. But I guess that's why I never really got angry, because like replace anger with sadness. Okay, so somebody that's got a temper, I should come up with a joke about this. I need to come up with a term for it. I need to come up with my own terms anyway, right? Don't all schizophrenics do that? No, I did though. I've done that for different things. Like I told y'all about PTSD 1 and 2. There's post-traumatic stress and there's pre-traumatic stress. Terms that we use to define people, like annoying people, really toxic people, you know, a lot of different terminology that was given to us by clinicians. And so rather than use terms like that, I'd rather just, you know, come up with like more of a generalized term about really toxic people, and I call them eggshell people. You have to walk on eggshells around them all the time. So I want this stuff that I talk about to be obvious to people. Like I want to talk about it in such a way where we can just throw out a lot of the psychological babble, because the psychological babble typically goes along with psychiatry, and so we're trying to get away from that. Yeah, I know that a lot of these people get really vilified in our society, and I don't want to be responsible for just like lumping everybody in the same category, but at the same time, like it's kind of comedic to do that, you know. That's why it has to be a bit narcissistic, because you can't get away with doing any fucking joke without getting over the fact that somebody's going to get upset about it. Because there's always going to be a fall guy with every joke. That's why a lot of people opt for the self-deprecating humor, because then, you know, they're constantly punching themselves over and over again. Now, I'm not really a big fan of comedy that's just always punching down, or whatever they fucking call it. There's no such thing as punching down. It's just punching. That's all you're doing. When you say you're punching down, if you made fun of children, maybe that would be punching down, because they're literally smaller than you. But like, or maybe if you made fun of mentally challenged people, something like that, I can understand. But when it comes to like, oh, these different identity groups, like that is so fucking arrogant for people to think that, because they just assume that anybody that's a minority is down. Like they're just suffering all the time. They're just always oppressed because of their skin tone, you know, or the country they were born in, or whatever. And that is so presumptuous. And most of the time, people aren't actually punching down. They're not mocking the mentally challenged, nor are they mocking children. But if they mock gay people, or, you know, somebody outside their race or something, people think that it's like distasteful. Well, still, it's comedy. Like, even if it is distasteful, it's fucking comedy. That's why, like, there's no point in even complaining about it, because, you know, I'm always contradicting myself, am I not? Well, like, I complain about people always talk about their genitals. I just wish that if they were going to do that, they would come up with something funny, you know? People just kind of say stuff now. They don't really have jokes, they just say stuff. Like, they make statements about how degenerate they are, you know? There's no fucking joke. It's just like, oh yeah, when I was watching internet porn, per usual, da-da-da-da-da-da. It's like, it's not really even a bit. There's no punchline or anything like that. And I'm not just saying that because I don't like the nature of the joke. If the joke is actually funny, like, I would totally give credit where credit's due. In fact, I would give even more credit because of the fact that I don't like the nature of the joke. So if I don't like the nature of the joke, but I still found it funny because the person was actually trying and not just going up there and making it really obvious that they need attention, you know, I'll totally let people know. Like, man, your material's really good, even though I don't like the subject matter. That means more, damn it. It really does. Quality is not real. But, you know, I hope that I can reach people from all demographics. I hope that it's not just the select few that don't, like, agree with certain things that I say. I'm glad that I have both Christians and non-Christians or anti-Christians liking my content. I'm glad that I have, you know, liberals and conservatives and anarchists and libertarians that like all my stuff. So even if they don't agree with certain statements that I make or opinions that I hold, they can still appreciate the fact that I got a heart of gold. It's true. I mean, I just care about society. That's it. I don't know why that... I think that the reason why Twitter and, you know, social media, Facebook, you know, it's so popular because, you know, sheep don't want to have to do anything more than the bare minimum, you know, when it comes to caring about things. And you definitely see this with the children, you know, when parents don't want to try a little harder for their kids. And I know that I shouldn't even talk about this because I don't have children, but you can speculate. Like, you can tell the good parents from the bad parents pretty easily. But, same with marriages, relationships, friendships. You know, if you're willing to put in the work, then you're probably going to have a way better outcome than if you don't put in the work. It's pretty simple. And I would say totally understandable. But I think a lot of people complain about how they don't have this, they don't have that, but they're not willing to work for it. You know? I don't think my art's very good, but at least I make a fuck ton of it and I don't stop. You know, I'm very, very consistent about it. And so, you know, people can shit on it all they want. But what the fuck are they doing, you know? It's like, well, here's the thing. That's kind of an ad hominem. Is that how you say it? How do you say that? Ad hominem? Ad hominem, whatever. You know what I meant. You know, when you attack the person instead of attacking their argument. Well, like, I'm not turning. I'm not turning signals on. But yeah, it's like if you don't like something that I do, that's fine. I mean, I'm still gonna keep doing it. It doesn't matter like how much you keep telling me you don't like it. I'm still gonna keep doing it. So you telling me that you don't like it is actually egging me on. So I'm gonna dedicate everything that I do now to all the people that don't like it, because fuck you, I do what I want. Okay? And I don't care about pleasing my fans. Like, fuck you, make something, damn it. Like, stop being a fan of mine and start being a fan of yours, okay? Make something, do something. You do a fucking channel and you can talk about all the stuff you care about. I mean, I just don't understand, like, why people think that if they complain about something, it's gonna make it stop. You know, that's not gonna happen. At least not with me. Because there are plenty of people that love and appreciate what I do. Just like, you know, every single time that I perform stand-up comedy, there are people in the audience that really, really dig it, and I hear people laughing. And then there are people in the audience that are just staring at me. That are really fucking confused. Or maybe they're pissed off because they don't like my viewpoints or something. You know? And there are people that are intimidated, and then there are people that are in awe, and then there are people that are horrified, and there are people that they think it's pretty cool, they think it's pretty out there. I tend to get people that appreciate it more than people that don't appreciate it, at least when I perform. When it comes to the YouTube, just all the stuff I do on the internet, I think that most people are pretty horrified. That's fine. Stay horrified, baby. Everybody is allowed to have an opinion. You know? Everybody can feel however they feel about something. And it doesn't matter. Because, you know, if you like it, if you enjoy doing it, if you want to do it, keep doing it. To hell with everybody else. I can't stress enough that nobody has to be you. They don't have to live your life. They don't have to do what you do. In your head or out of bed. Just don't know what could save somebody's life. You just don't know what you're discouraging, all 'cause you want to be smart. That's why I talk about how medication's bad. I'm not gonna like get in people's faces and tell them to stop taking medication. That's really dangerous too. I mean, that stuff is really addictive. I'm not trying to meddle in anyone else's affairs. Why do people care what other people do if it doesn't affect them directly, but everything indirectly affects everything? That's the problem, I suppose. And if we can't make up our mind should be disposed of, then we're in trouble. People would way rather continue to bitch and sit in their mediocrity. I tried to sing multiple notes at once and it didn't work. But, you know, comedy is an art form where you fucking talk, and a lot of the time you complain, you make jokes about all the stuff that you find insane about people and the world and the culture that you live in. And so many people that surround you just give in, yeah, they just give in, yeah, they just give in, yeah, they just give in. Yeah, I feel like I'm the only one really fighting it, but maybe I'm just being self-righteous.